Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
brand new season of CGL.
This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you do not want to miss. Look who's starting it all off. It's Raven.
No one necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through from Payne. He's just going to solidify everything for Mythos.
Does come back, and Arsario gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsario right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
NKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Lores, you're going to be able to find these shots true.
Idu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes an Adelaide immediately to back like fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2-3. So back and forth.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Console Gaming League. My name is Joker's Ransom. She is Megalass, and we are here for a end of season playoffs matchup for the NA Masters tier in round number 1. We've got Simp Nation versus Mythos Hydra.
Yes, indeed, Joker. And we have, two interesting teams here to start us out in the NA Masters side. Simp Nation, they go the whole regular season undefeated. But in terms of tournaments, they walked into that mid-season tournament and they kind of got shut down in a pretty severe way at the hands of Enenra. Meanwhile, Mythos Hydra, they've had a bit of an interesting season as well. Started out a little bit rough and scrappy, but been picking up towards the end, currently on a 3-win streak. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how this one breaks down.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to see these two teams. Simp Nation bringing back a lot of old players from CGL's past. Literally, from a way back to multi-tier 2, all the way to multi-tier 7. Now we're in, what, 13? That's, oh my goodness, wow. We've got players like Rhaenyra and Pixie on the DPS line. Nobody, Mr. White, and Fatty rounding out the support line. And we've got the ones specifically that have come in from those old teams like Art, Fatty, and Pixie there as well. I think I am right. Yes, Pixie and Fatty were original N7 members. So if you are a CGL boomer like myself, like our producer Headrammer is, the N7 name and tag is a very, very old throwback.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, it's nice to see these players still. These players still around, still doing it up, playing, and it always is fun, to kind of maintain that community, right? But obviously, I am with the new age, which is what a lot of our other team is going to be looking at. Mythos Hydra, you have Boybang, Vex on that DPS line, Catfish King on that tank, and of course Kudakam and Candy being the support. And obviously you have a bit of some new age people who haven't had the chance to establish themselves quite yet. But I mean, what better place than here in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, the other Mythos team, Mythos Chimera, is a very strong team. So if anything can really be with the org translation, could that show up for them here and now? Obviously, they want to get this first victory going as quickly as they can, and I believe there is a. I'm gonna look at the bracket really quick so I don't say something. No, so there is a lose. Is there a loser's bracket?
Yeah, there's a lower bracket.
Okay, there is a lower bracket. It's weird because there's only 4 teams. But you know what? Whatever. Bit of a smaller bracket here on the master side of things, but hey, it just creates closer competition between these teams and stuff. But yeah, I mean, bracket play is always going to be interesting.
because it adds those extra stakes. The playoffs is really where you can see teams either elevate or crack under the pressure. And I mean, what better place to start off our series than, believe it or not, Nepal. I mean, Joker, from our map pool, I don't know how many games you've cast so far in the playoffs, but there's been a lot of Nepal I've seen.
This is the first game I've casted in the playoffs, Megalas. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I like Nepal, and Nepal's a good map. And it's a breath of fresh air. We're not seeing Lijiang Tower to start things off, which is really nice. I'm ready to see how these two teams really actually take how they take this new look of sorts to the meta. How these two teams are going to be looking to attack things, and how they play this first map.
Yeah. And I mean, there's so many different options available to you, right? We know what that standard meta is that's been at the pro play for a little bit now with the Orisa compositions. But I mean, earlier today across both our EU matches, we got to see a little bit of Venture played during both of them. So it would be interesting to see if either of these teams have cooked it up because here at CGL, the way our rules work, it just sort of allowed Venture to sneak in under the radar for these playoffs. And I mean, it brings an interesting little thing to the mix. Obviously, this patch for Season 10 not being the largest thing in the world in terms of changes, but little stuff here or there, potentially could be the thing that shakes up the game.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Like you were saying, Orisa kind of in the forefront right now. Winston as well has been making its way back to relevancy as well, and I'm also interested to see, because of the changes that have come into Wrecking Ball, does that make it more viable going forward? And we will see definitely going when we get into the match.
Yeah. I mean, Wrecking Ball, it's super interesting the way he can now sort of provide some utility towards the rest of his team, giving them those extra shields and things of that nature. But it's a bit of a different play style for the ball. You have to have some really coordinated dives going on to really, see that sort of ability blossom in its best way possible. But yeah, as we are checking out Nepal here in the spawn rooms, bit of some interesting heroes highlighted. Mythos Hydra currently having the D.Va as well as the Reaper in play. I do not believe they will be running out on this purely for the lack of Lucio. I think one thing that can be established regardless of what you play is Lucio is just so dang good right now. But as I say that, I guess I'm wrong. They're choosing to run out on this little bit of a not standard composition, and Simp Nation on the other side of things, a Lifeweaver and a Venture in play to help accompany this poor Reinhardt as he runs across the map trying to do what he can.
Yeah, and there's the pick there. It comes in Venture as well. We'll see how they can deal with Mythos Hydra's composition here, as the rotation is already coming in for both of them, as a lot of damage has been come out on to Mythos Hydra for the moment, but still nothing really coming in quite just yet. And the shots coming in from Pixie on the Venture, coming through with a drill dash, taking down Loibang, and now to be rotated to the point. Mythos Hydra are going to be the ones to take it down. They're going in, burrowing underneath the ground. They're looking for the dive, but the nice grasp coming in, keeping Fatty alive, but nobody's very low on point, but a lot of damage is still being done by Simp Nation. They've already taken the mech out from Catfish King. Nobody's going to go down, and Vex finds another one. They are going to trade it back, and another one goes in. Kuda Cam falling down. There's still a lot of flicks to happen here as the Wraith form comes out from Loibang. They can definitely keep things going, but the Grasp is going to keep them alive and well, and Simp Nation's going to take the point back.
Yeah, and so now Mythos Hydra deciding to reset, get a little bit of their own Reinhardt in the mix here. Towards the tail end of that fight, you saw the value the Sojourn can have with those rails once they're charged up, but sometimes they take a little bit too long to come online, so it just allowed, Pixie on the Venture to get a little bit more value heading on to the next one.
As looked like they made a oh wow, they've already taken the point back for the really out the fight having to be raked in, but guess what? It doesn't really seem to matter, as Simp Nation are just going to come back, find all the picks necessary to take the fight in their favor as the team kill comes through.
Yeah, the damage from that Tectonic Shock was massive from Pixie, as well as Lifeweaver. He got those tree buffs. Ooh, Kuda Cam being caught out on the Moira. That sucks. But yeah, I mean, the Lifeweaver got a bit of a tree buff, nice healing and overshield provider, so now Mythos Hydra, they're going to have to find a way to assault this once again. The good news is they have a lot of ultimates either online or coming close, so they should be able to come into this one with a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, we'll see here now as the Coalescence is going to be invested first, but the Shatter comes out, drops down a couple. There you go. They are going to be able to Suzu, but the Grip comes in, keeps nobody alive and well, rotating around. Rotating in, and nobody's going to take down Catfish King. Another pick goes their way. And that is going to be that. 3 kills coming in for nobody with the new Reinhardt skin.
Yeah, and I mean, Reinhardt, you know, it's not somebody you want to underestimate, right? Especially now that you're in this mirror situation. Nobody dropped so incredibly low, but thanks to the pull and just healing resources for Simp Nation, they were able to get that Rein healthy before the fight could really break out. So now Mythos Hydra, they're fighting themselves, you know, backs against the wall, heading towards what could be final fight, and they've got to make something work for them with these ultimates they have.
Yeah, as they're going to go in, there's the Shatter comes out from nobody, but they got to get the follow-up there. The Kitsune Rush has come out, but it looks like the Tectonic Shock has come invested from Pixie there, but still nothing really doing. It's going to be nobody yet again. The Shatter going to come now, connected to, drops down Loibang, and that's going to be that. There's just a little bit of cleanup left on point for Simp Nation to take round number 1.
Yeah, and that was super interesting. If you look back to the start of that fight, Pixie on the Venture was just sort of next to the entirety of Mythos Hydra, and nobody really turned or acknowledged the fact that they just had these drills being shot into their back over and over again. And, you know, Venture's gun, it's super interesting the way it works. It has a little bit of explosion radius, that explosion damage, so if you're all grouped up like that, you know, they can really take advantage of that, and Pixie was showing just how well a Venture can do there. So now heading on into our next round, it seems like both teams are going to want to stick to the Rhine mirror, at least for the time being. And it's going to be about, you know, potentially punishing nobody for this over-aggression we're seeing.
I like this new skin. I like the new I like the new
The Mirror Watch.
Yeah, the Mirror Watch. Which is it's a nice, I mean, it's kind of shocking that it's taken what, however many seasons to get it done.
Yeah, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. But we'll see if they keep on working in. Talon Reinhardt going in their favor. Nobody's already so low. Vex is going to be able to take them down, but the picks have already gone the way of Simp Nation, as Pixie's going to be able to get a drill dash kill on the Candy, burrowing into the ground and, well, staying alive and helping Rhaenyra take down Vex.
Yeah, and Simp Nation, they're playing at such a fast tempo, right? Even nobody being super aggressive, but also it's just the amount of space being created with this Reinhardt. It's allowing Pixie to do what they want, and even also Fatty on the Zenyatta, like these constant Discord orbs are really making it hard for a Catfish King to be able to hold any sort of chance in this mirrored Rhine duel.
Yeah, if now, we'll see here how this is going to work out for them. They've got to be able to figure it out. If you are Mythos Hydra, you might have to swap off the Rhine. You can't keep forcing the game for Simp Nation. You've got to play into them with something different. Maybe over to Ramatra. We'll see, as they've already lost Candy already, and the Bob going to be doing something for Rhaenyra, finding Loibang, and that is just that done and dusted yet again. Simp Nation are just looking unstoppable.
Yes, indeed, Rhaenyra. I mean, really doing so much on the Ashe. Again, the space being created is just perfect for a DPS to just take shot after shot, chuck those dynamites in, and make those bobs have super high impact. So now, are they aware of the Venture hiding behind them? Do they know Pixie is there? And it does not seem to be the case.
They do lose Pixie, though. That's a nice pick early coming in from Catfish King. Now they can go in. They did invest the Tectonic Shock, and it did find Kudakam, but so there is still they're down 1 still going into this. Coalescence is going to be invested as well as the Riptire, but not going to find anything, and the charge just goes into the back line, and they're not able to find anything. Shatter comes out, connects to 4. That's going to drop him down, take him out, and that is that. It's already up to last fight territory. There might not even be a chance for a fight coming forward for Mythos Hydra.
No, that should be it right there. Getting those last cleanup picks. I don't think anyone's going to make it in time. And, you know, Mythos Hydra, they just have to hold those ultimates for another time, I guess, because Simp Nation, they come out in a very dominant fashion here on Nepal to take our first map. And it's, you know, Mythos Hydra, they've on the back foot. They've got to figure out what happened there.
Yeah, they've got to figure it out. And again, like I was saying earlier, you can't. If a team wants to run Ryan, they're very confident in Ryan. They know they can win with Ryan, right? Ryan's not good right now, if we have to be honest, right? So yeah, to feel confident enough to run Ryan in the playoffs as Simp Nation, you've got to be incredibly confident. So if you're Mythos Hydra, you have to bring in something different that counters out Ryan. If you say bring in the Ramatra here for this next map, I think that goes a long way against the Reinhardt if Simp Nation continue to run it.
Yeah, it's something that you gotta sort of think of, right? Simp Nation, if they're coming out on the Rhine, it's because they're confident in it, right? And there's, you know, it sucks to say, but there are a lot of counters to Reinhardt for that tank mirror, right? There's so many avenues you can go down. You highlighted the Ramatra, obviously the dominant meta of Orisa right now. Yeah. You know, these are things that could just shut it down, but I don't know, like when you have a Reinhardt that's getting so over aggressive like that, you know, it creates so many other problems. You almost sort of get lost in the vortex, right? You're thinking, oh, are their DPS just getting way too aggressive? Is their supports just not being touched? It's just a cacophony of everything really that's coming around. So I feel like the tank mirror, while you can definitely make some swaps there, there's just a matter of tempo that has to be addressed for Mythos Hydra, you know, that overall should help them start moving in the right direction.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we're not going into the King of Brawl maps because, well, we don't have King's Row in our map pool for the playoffs here. So, there, I mean, Midtown is still there, so that you can still run Rhine, but I think the hybrid map styles that we have kind of lend itself to not sticking with the Reinhardt composition. And I mean, we are going to be headed into, you know, what you would think another kind of brawl map with Eichenwald being our choice.
Yeah, Eichenwald is a super interesting choice from this map pool as well, just because it plays so differently. I feel like it's one of the few maps that really has changed from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. You can't just run the same thing exactly how you used to. It creates for some odd, funky little compositions, especially on these defenses for point A. Not an uncommon spot to see Torbjorn Junkrat get insane value, as well as one of the few points where, even with her rework, I've seen a lot of Pharah be played as well, so maybe potentially just some explosion potential that could come out there. But I'm excited to see what these teams choose to run, especially if that Venture's going to still be in play.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. We can only speculate for so long. We will be heading into the map any second now. But, yeah, we just need, like you were talking about, we need to see the change in dynamics come in. If you're Mythos Hydra, you can't be letting Simp Nation get away with everything that they got away with. You're literally letting them run Reinhardt, right? Yeah. And that really speaks a lot. It speaks volumes to the Simp Nation's control of the game right now. You've got to be able to make them uncomfortable going forward, and then we can maybe talk about the series being tied up 1-1 going into a Flashpoint map.
Yeah, and obviously that's the goal at the end of the day, right? You don't want to get blown back or anything like that. But it wasn't even just the Reinhardt, because, you know, obviously Reinhardt's the thing you want to point at and be like, oh my goodness, he's so bad. Talk about another character that's not always been the best. Lifeweaver Zen was the support line that was supporting this Reinhardt. There wasn't a Lucio speeding the Rhine around. That was just natural aggression coming out from nobody. But I don't know. It just very interesting looking lineup here, especially now that we actually have some swaps for Simp Nation. You're going to have Pixie moving over to tank from that Venture role, and now you have Poop coming in to play the DPS. Should make a very interesting little swap up. But for the defense, because that's what you could speculate a lot easier on. They're kind of locked to it a bit more. You're seeing the Sigma in play, means they want to play a little bit more passive, but they have the Junkrat and the Bastion both there as their burst damage potential. So I'm liking what Mythos Hydra has here for point A, but if point A gets capped, they're going to have to make some composition swaps to make that castle work for them.
Yeah, let's see. It'll be interesting. Poob coming in for the DPS line, and then Pixie moving over to the the tank line here. And we'll see how that works for them. Interestingly enough, we aren't seeing any Reinhardt. We're seeing Sigma matchups coming in here.
Yeah, and the Sigma mirror is always something super interesting that you have to worry about. But when your BAP gets picked like that, that's no good.
Yeah, not good at all. Rez is going to come in, and Pixie's going to take down Vex in the midst of that Rez coming in from Candy. And now they're just walking forward off the back of Rhaenyra. They are doing such good work right now. Lisbeth as well getting in on the kill feed. And that is going to be that. There's just a little bit of straggling to remain for Mythos Hydra as Simp Nation take point 1.
They take it in super fast fashion, you know. Even though you got the res off on the Baptiste, it just means that there was a window of time where there was no healing output of any kind on Mythos Hydra, so they sort of fell over. So now Simp Nation, they're playing aggressive. They already have control of this castle high ground, and Mythos Hydra is going to have to invest to at least get this Genji out of here. But, you know, easier said than done, especially when you got Poob doing everything. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Poop going down. Loibang is going to be able to find them with that focusing beam, but now you've still got to find more picks going forward, but they are just going to buy some time here.
Yep, just a little bit of time, nothing too crazy, but Simp Nation on the respawn is going to be able to come right back on into this one. You're seeing how aggressive the Sigma is taking space for the rest of the team. It should be Simp Nation sort of being the aggressors here once again on their offense.
Yeah, we'll see here as they are just going to push forward a little bit further. Candy's so low. Going to get the healing in, though. Staying alive for the time being. But now with the Gritic Flux coming in and Catfish King going to go down. This is looking not too bright for Mythos Hydra as the Dragon Blade coming in from Poob. Going to take down Kudakam. But Pixie's the one to get the kills as that is Simp Nation taking the team count.
And I'm watching Mythos Hydra. They're putting so many resources into Pixie to try to take the Sigma out of the fight, which, don't get me wrong, I see how aggressive the tank is being, but it's allowing Lisbeth and Fatty to just play such safe positioning on these supports.
Yeah, they've got to be able to play a little bit more aggressive into them as Catfish King has already gone down. Rhaenyra finding another pick, and that is that. This is second point going the way of Simp Nation.
Simp Nation, I mean, they're looking confident for a reason, right? Having over 5 minutes, ending an Eichenwald third. And Mythos Hydra, you know, they're looking a little bit lost. They've got to get a solid regroup going. The advantage being that they're, you know, starting to build towards those key ultimates finally, being the Gravitic Flux as well as that Tactical Visor from Vex. Those are two solid ults that can win you a fight, especially with no Transcendence from Fatty on the other side.
Such good shots coming in there from Rhaenyra. They are just doing great stuff right now for Simp Nation as Vex is going to be able to take down the Bob. That is a good start, but now you need to find more. As they do have the Tactical Visor from Vex if they so choose to use here. As the Visor is going to be invested, Gravitic Flux is going to be flubbed up, though. Not going to be able to find anyone. Kudakam taking down Fatty. But still, it's traded back, and another pick comes in the way of Mythos Hydra, and they are going to be able to hold it out. Interestingly enough, Poob is fully in the back line there.
Yeah, and so it just, yeah, Poob is still in the backline doing work, takes the soldier out before finally being taken down. This Genji is just a menace that could not be stopped. Simp Nation, though, looking to get even more aggressive with the tempo here with Pixie over to the Doomfist now. And it's really going to come down to punishing that, and punishing that indeed with that nice little pick onto the Ashe.
Yeah, gonna be able to take Rainier out is gonna really just put more of a time bank, or gonna bleed out the time bank a little bit longer. Just waiting it out, waiting for Rainier to get back with them. And now they're gonna go in the punch. Pixie's gonna take down Loibang, and that is going to be a nice sleep dart coming in, a nice anti-nade as well, and Poob is gonna be able to capitalize on it. They aren't gonna be able to take down Poob though, with Kuda Cam finding a pick with their coalescence. They are finding another pick, still waiting it out, but it's just Pixie all the time in the kill feed with the Doomfist gauntlet. Going to be able to take down two, still waiting it out, trying to find some picks. Loibang just juking and jiving, trying to stay alive, but that's just not going to happen. Catfish King making the swap over to the Orisa as the Transcendence is invested by Fatty a little bit late there, and now the back out has to come in from Simp Nation.
And this Orisa pick is massive, right? It can shut down the Doomfist in so many ways. You know, anytime he wants to come in with a punch, a slam, and try to make a quick escape, it's just going to be a spear to the face in most situations. But Rainier is close to this, has his Bob online once again, just doing all this damage. Like, look at this!
Yeah, finding Loibang out already is huge for Simp Nation, but now they've got to be able to find more, and they do. Vex goes down to the Bob. Now they've got to be feeling very good about themselves, especially with a pick on the Kuda Cam. Loibang is back. They've got the Riptire. They're looking for a pick, and they find Fatty out, but is that going to be enough? Is it going to allow the respawns to come back from Mythos Hydra? They've got people low. Do Simp Nation with the Meteor Strike coming in. The follow-up needs to be there. Candy has gone out. Terra Surge is out. They might be able to find some good damage, but nothing's coming in quite just yet. The picks just keep coming in the way of Simp Nation. But this, the respawns are getting back quickly, so they haven't been able to just be able to break through this defense that is coming in from Mythos Gamera. They're still just waiting it out, as now they have a full 5. Fatty finding Kuda Cam out, Poob finding Vex, but they need to be able to find more, and they need to find it quickly, or they're just going to be stuck in this eternal hell. But finally, coming in clutch is Simp Nation, taking the picks necessary and completing all 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Mythos Hydra, they tried to dig their claws in deep. I like the swap over to the Orisa, but ultimately it just felt like too little too late. They were just stuck in a stagger fight for such a long time. They were even able to build some ults off the back of how long that stagger was going, but Simp Nation was relentless, just constantly, you know, sending person after person, willing to go in over and over and over again. It just created such a bad situation for Mythos Hydra, who now has to attempt to full cap Eichenwald just to send us into extra rounds on this map.
Yeah, they've got to be able to get a good push here. This is not looking too hot for them, but again, they brought it down quite a bit from that time bank that Simp Nation was rocking into point number 3 here. So Mythos Hydra have to be feeling a little bit all right so far going into this. Not good, but all right. They have something to build upon.
Yeah, and you know, something to build upon is, you know, it's the start, right? You got to be able to figure out exactly what was going on. This defense is, I'm just gonna say it, a crazy one. Heroes seem to have just been clicked for the purpose of clicking heroes. We got a Lifeweaver Zen in the mix, Poob on that Genji just being an absolute menace once again, and then, you know, giving up that Ashe power over to the Torbjorn, and Pixie doing Doomfist rollouts like we're playing Overwatch 1. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, it didn't come. I saw the vision, Pixie. Don't let Megalas bad talk your rollouts here. I saw the vision. It was there.
Complimenting.
It was there. They just didn't go quick enough, so they weren't able to find the picks. But hey, Poob is going to be able to find Vex out with a nice dash through and melee, taking out another one. Loibang is out and done, and so is Candy coming in with a long range shuriken shot from Poob.
Yeah, and you're seeing how well coordinated Simp Nation is, right? Whenever Pixie goes in with a slam and they can call out which target is low, you're seeing Poob immediately be there with a dash, a melee, and the ability to just leave right after that. But now with Catfish King over to the Orisa, this Doom feels a little bit more pressure already.
Yeah, as we're gonna see here, Loibang has made the swap over to Venture here. We'll see how that works out for them on them, but Candy's already gonna be picked out, and well, it's not gonna be working out for them this time.
No, it is not. And I mean, you're seeing sort of the one issue of the Orisa composition, right? If a team plays fast enough, they can just walk around the horse. They simply don't have to acknowledge its existence. And now Pixie able to invest a Meteor Strike on the spawn door, almost as a flex, if you will. I thought that was off the map for a second, but are they aware that Pixie is still in their spawn? Only time will tell as the blade's on them.
Blade's coming out, and Kudakam is down, and that is going to be, that's looking... maybe not with Poop going down. That is a nice little entry pick, but still not... Okay, finding Pixie out as well. Tree of Life being invested, interestingly.
It's a donation.
Yeah, it's a donation, something like that. But they're going to be able to come in, rotate out. Transcendence is going to be invested to try to stabilize, but Terra Surge is going to come in and wrap everything up there. Mega Last from... maybe. There is still a couple players left.
Couple players left. It would be a bit of a crazy touch, especially considering how low Pixie is. But yeah, that's Pixie's death will sound point A being capped for Mythos Hydra. And I mean, that was really Simp Nation sort of getting a little bit overzealous, a little bit too confident with it, and being punished for it. So if Mythos Hydra can start doing that a little bit more consistently onto this Doomfist Genji dive, you know, there's a path to victory here. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
I am too. I really am. Like I said, there's definitely things to build upon after that defense on point 3 for Mythos Hydra. And they are definitely building upon it for the moment. They've got to be able to string to this together, though. They've already lost Candy in the fight to Fatty, so this is kind of a lost fight, especially if you lose another person here. But a lot of things have just been moving on, and the ultimate coming in from Loibang not gonna find anything, gonna be burrowing away back to point. But in the meanwhile, and during that weird fight, Catfish King got the point, is getting the point to the doors. And you need to touch, like, you need to touch. You need to touch! Oh my goodness. The Zen touched. I don't know how it was the slowest character on your team that touched, but the Zen touched in the end. Molten Core is out, but you've already lost Rhaenyra. Tree of Life coming in here to try to keep things going. The Molten Core is going to take Kudakam out right before it falls down, and Poob is able to find 2 there. And the respawns are now coming back, and it's just Catfish King and Loibang left on the point, and well, they are no longer there, so the picks come through.
That Lifeweaver, I mean, the Tree of Life was just massive there, in being able to keep everybody nice and healthy. You know, that was a 3v5 situation, and the Doomfist simply almost felt immortal. You could not take Pixie out of it. So now Mythos Hydra, they're having to get another fight going here to try to get their way back into the castle.
Yeah, Poob is going to use the Dragon Blade there. Finds Vex, finds Kudakam. Now looking for more as the rest of Simp Nation. And I've always found it odd that Doomfist melees with his mini hand. I don't. Why doesn't he melee with his Doomfist?
I mean, maybe like it's just heavier. Maybe you don't want to like move it around as much because otherwise it would like hurt your hand or something. But
I don't know. It just seems impractical.
I mean, yeah, but hey, can't use all the OP stuff all the time.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But they've already rotated into the castle here, and Pixie missing the jump is not what you wanted to see if you are Simp Nation. But Mythos Hydra able to get onto the point and find Rhaenyra out. Kitsune Rush going to come in, the punch comes in, Terra Surge is there, Transcendence coming out though, and Loibang is out and about. Poob goes down. This Kudakam might have solidified the fight, and it seems to be the case, as they are going to touch late, but it is just Lisbeth left on point, and Rhaenyra a little too late. They are going to get Vex, but the point has been unlocked.
Yeah, and they got point B, so now they're actually heading into point C with a solid-looking time bank here. If they can keep stringing these fights together, they have a chance to cap the full map, right? Simp Nation, realizing the situation, have Pixie go over to the Junker Queen now. This has a little bit more tempo, a little bit more oomph to it, because you can play with the rest of the team with that shout, of course, and so it'll be interesting to see how this one exactly goes with the aggression.
Yeah, so now Kudakam's already found Rhaenyra out of this fight. Tree of Life going to be invested early on, and Pixie's made the swap over to the Junker Queen. We'll see how that works for them here as the tree is going to be taken down, as now Poop is going to go in, find out Candy. Now the Dragon Blade coming through, looking for Vex in the backline, but Catfish King there with the peel is going to take down Poop. And now they have the advantage going forward. They are going to be walking into this Molten Core any second now with the life grip away. Molten Core now coming online, and it's going to be a good one, separating Mythos Hydra away from each other, and well, Vex is going to go down because of it. As now it looks like maybe not. Coalescence is going to be invested, so they're still going to try to fight this. As the Death Blossom comes in, Loibang is deleted. However, Terrasage coming in, they're just wow, they're just brought away with that platform, as Pixie is going to find 2, and that should finally be the hold coming in 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, and so now you're looking at a final fight situation. If you can get back into this one, you have your own overclock as well as close to a Kitsune Rush, but the big fear is Pixie having this Rampage online. That massive anti can come through onto everyone, so Candy has to make sure this Cleansing Suzu is there to make sure nobody catches this anti too heavily.
Yeah, they need to be able to... Oh, Poop going down is huge. There's the play coming in, and Loibang is going to get caught out, and there's no Suzu coming in to really deal with it. They finally get the Suzu on, but they lose Loibang, and a lot of people are low. Vex and Catfish King now going to be demeched in this fight. They lose Rhaenyra, who's trying to build up to the Molten Core. Tree of Life coming in online. Catfish King no longer in the fight, and they're still waiting it out as Fatty going wild, finding 2 there. And the overtime bar ticks away, and that is going to be that. Simp Nation take map number 2.
They do, but I think it was a bit of a closer affair than they had hoped for. Mythos Hydra has really started to figure some stuff out here. It just unfortunately was too little too late for that map, but you know, they still have at least one more map to show that they've been learning and adapting, which they have been doing all series, right? The hero swaps have been coming through, they've been making stuff work, but unfortunately Simp Nation, this squad right now, they're just looking on another level here. They're looking to try to coast through this first match and get on to the next one.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for redemption from the mid-season tournament. They want to get this victory, and they are not really playing around right now. We shall see if Mythos Hydra can come back in this. We are going to head to a short little break between map number 2 and map number 3. So this is a perfect opportunity to reset their mentals, to go in, try for the reverse sweep, or are they headed to the lower bracket early on in this playoffs? We'll find out right after this break. All right, everyone, welcome back. It is time for map number 3. We are headed into Flashpoint, and who could have guessed what Flashpoint map we are headed to? Because why would you go to New Junk City? We are headed into Saravasa.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it should be no surprise, right? Teams very clearly have a preference for Saravasa. New Junk City just has some points that are not as desirable pretty much for anything you want to run, whereas Saravasa has a much more like friendly layout. You can do a lot of stuff. The points feel like they make just a lot more sense overall. So hey, you just go Saravasa. Why not? But of course, backs against the wall here for the side of Mythos. They've got to be able to figure something out here or face the fear of that lower bracket. But I mean, Simp Nation, they're clearly dominating right now. They have sort of just the real power on every single role to be doing whatever they want.
Yeah, they really do. And I'm interested to see how they play this Flashpoint map. Do we see them go back over to the Reinhardt that worked so well on Control? Because, I mean, that really is what bodes itself more well to on these Flashpoint maps is a fast-paced brawl. We'll see, obviously. That is why we play the games, to see what happens, right?
No, we just have to roll some dice, and then whatever the dice roll says, we can just figure out from there.
All right, new tournament. New tournament idea. We've got the main man as our production staff. I'll say it here and now. We have a dice. You have to roll the dice to pick what hero you have to play.
Just call it a wheel tournament. Everything's selected by wheel.
Yeah. No, so like you have a dice. You're selected into a role. You're obviously you have the tank. You still have your DPS. You have your support. So the tank has to roll. What is it? 9 DP or 9 tanks? 10 tanks?
I think it's actually like I want to say 12 for something.
Whatever. However many tanks there are, right? You roll that many side or roll a random number picker, right? And then you have to choose whatever that number would be, right?
Okay, I'm following you.
Yeah, so that'd be sick, right? I think that'd be sick. That'd be cool.
I was gonna say, I think pros around the world would agree with you because it means that they don't have to play Orisa, but somebody who does have to play Orisa is Catfish King, as they're at least hovering it here in the spawn room. Running out with a interesting comp to back it up, the Baptiste as well as the May. Meanwhile, on the other side, Simp Nation, that ventures back in play. Nobody is on tank once more, which means Pixie's over to DPS, and the Mauga with the Mercy Zen. I'm going to be interested to see just how much healing that this Mauga can have by the end of the game.
I'm interested to see how much damage this Mauga can have if they do so amplify this damage that's going to be coming in. As Pixie's going to be the one to find a pick from the Burrow and going to help Simp Nation take this first fight and take the first control.
Yeah, and they do it almost without the tank, right? Nobody just kind of sat outside the point taking a little bit of fire, and while all of those shots were going towards the Mauga, it just allowed this Cassidy to sort of rain down damage, especially with a damage boost in tow. So now you're seeing Simp Nation kind of hold the objective, and Mythos Hydra on their very stationary comp are going to have to find a way to be the ones to get back in here.
Yeah, now, rotating in, nobody looking for some picks. Pixie is going to be looking for the picks, but they only find the death from the Peacekeeper of Vex. But still, Loibang is out, and the damage is coming in so consistent from nobody right now. It's so hard to push in if you are Catfish King, and they are trying their will as they are able to get in, but going down to the Deadeye from Rhaenyra, and now that's the go sign from the rest of Simp Nation. Rhaenyra finding 3, looking for a 4th, but nobody comes in and takes that kill away, and Vex goes down.
Yeah, and so that'll be Market heading over to Simp Nation here. Pretty simple cap from them, investing the Deadeye, just almost like a secure tool. Meanwhile, Mythos Hydra have now swapped over from the Moira onto the Ana, which means that there's going to be even more healing pumped into this Orisa to try to survive the onslaught of Malga's guns here. But, you know, it's still going to be extremely difficult, right? This Malga can sort of shoot forever. There's nothing really to stop him from doing that.
Yeah, it is going to be incredibly hard going in and trying to take this out, but nobody is so low. Gonna get the healing, gonna get the orb of healing as well. But there's a cage fight coming online, and well, no one gets picked because they just take and deal with it. Fatty's going to go down. The point is going to go the way of Simp Nation for the time being, but the picks are just consistently going towards Mythos Hydra at the moment. Death Blossom coming in, and it's going to drop down Rhaenyra. Nobody goes down quickly afterwards, and that is Mythos Hydra coming back quickly and taking the point.
And a clear adaptation that they've made from map 1 is, you know, while Pixie's been flanking, doing some crazy fun stuff on the Venture, Vex has pretty much been on Venture detail, constantly using that Hinder grenade to not allow Pixie to dig underground or get away with that drill dash either. And it really has just been sort of putting Pixie in a box a little bit. So now we'll have to see exactly how this Venture adapts now with a Zarya in play to help.
Yes, now, let's see how this works for Simp Nation going into this. Pixie is so low, gonna burrow away, cleanse themselves up going in. They have the Tectonic Shock if they want to use it, but the Javelin Spear is gonna take down Pixie early on. Nobody onto Zarya here and now as well, but still nothing really doing. Mythos Hydra might have this point locked up unless Simp Nation can drastically swing this last fight here. Right now, they still have the advantage. They've got the ultimates to go, but they need to be able to find a pick off of one of them. Tectonic Shock, but no one's going to be even touching. Yeah, they just didn't touch at all.
That's baffling. They just didn't even attempt to go for it at all. They didn't send anybody there. So now we're heading on over to Temple, and it's going to be a race between these two teams, both on some slow-moving compositions to see who can get the better positioning. And it looks like Mythos Hydra manages to get there first. I'm not really sure what Simp Nation was exactly doing. They had all 5 members with them, but they just decided not to move. So now they're going to have to be the aggressors onto this point once more.
Yes, now, it looks like, yeah, Mythos Hydra already have some decent control of this next flashpoint here. They've got to be able to go in and take this out, and they're going to already give it up. They're going to be investing. Terror Surge coming in. Pixie's going to burrow away. Still, they have this Tectonic Shock that they have not tried to invest quite just yet. They're just waiting it out. They've invested the Valkyrie, but they haven't invested anything more. Tectonic Shock finally going in, and Kuda Cam going down. So they still need more, though. There's already up to 35%. They've got the Deadeye coming in. Nobody's going to get slept up, and taken out of the Deadeye is Rhaenyra, but the picks are going to go their way in the end. So Simp Nation get control of the point.
That high charge Zarya just doing absolutely massive amounts of damage there. Obviously good opening there from Pixie with that Tectonic Shock, taking the Baptiste out of the fight. Nice little wave from our dorky new hero. But Mythos Hydra now swapping over to the Reinhardt themselves, and we're gonna start entering this swap mirror of everybody counter-picking each other. But the one thing I do like is that there's going to be a nano boost available to throw onto this Reinhardt that's going to allow Catfish King to get super aggressive.
Yeah. We will see here. Now, Grav is going to come in, and they're just going to be able to go in with a drill dash and really deal some damage. The Simp Nation's just going to take that fight off the back of it.
Yeah, and these cleanup picks are massive because it means that we're probably living in a world where Mythos Hydra is not going to get a full contest touch here onto this point of Temple. So, especially with how hard the Reaper's being chased down and found out, Loibang simply could not evade that drill. And so now only one map point away here from Simp Nation closing out on this 3-0. And just more and more picks going their way. I mean, Mythos Hydra, they've just got to die and get a good reset going.
Yeah, Rainier is cleaning house here. 3 picks go the way of the Cassidy for Simp Nation. And what? What just happened there?
I just saw the lobby.
I saw the lobby too. I don't know. And there's some interesting stuff. We are headed into the last, or could be the last point. I won't say is the last point. As it could be the last fight point here. It is the penultimate point, though. So that is one thing I can say about this point. But the fight is going to break in here with the Valkyrie already invested and still 3 more ultimates to go. Transcendence is going to be invested as Pixie goes down before the Transcendence could save them, or maybe it was just too much damage to heal from. But Elizabeth was the one to find Vex in that, and they're now going to be able to res Pixie back into this. But another pick goes their way as Loibang and now Catfish King getting in on the kill feed are going to be able to hold it out strong. Kuda Camp does go down late, though.
Yeah, but I like the fact that we're on the Lucio at least. It allows some agency to occur here. And that Shatter being invested.
Yeah, Shatter going to be invested. Loibang there with a cleanup as well. And Mythos Hydra already up to 45%.
Yeah, and they do it to sort of being able to even force ultimates out from Simp Nation. Both support ultimates invested, and you're seeing Elizabeth swap off of the Mercy over to the Life Weaver now. And Loibang's actually built up towards another Death Blossom here, and I'm wondering if Simp Nation will be ready to expect this, or if it will just cause massive havoc in the backline.
We'll see. I mean, I like this look for Simp Nation. They've got the ultimates to go onto this, but they need to be able to find the Deadeye or something. As Kuda Cam goes down, Elizabeth is so low, but the Drill Dash takes down Loibang. Vex in response, looking for a Deadeye's kill of their own, but they are not going to be able to do so. And the picks just go the way of Simp Nation.
Yep, and that Deadeye and that Graviton just absolutely massive there. And so Mythos Hydra, at least now with the Lucio in tow, they have that speed boost to get back into this one. And you're seeing them use the Life Weaver to be able to play this high ground a little bit more effectively. I wonder if they'll even be able to scout the fact that half of Simp Nation is now hiding up on that high ground, or if it's just going to be another angle where Pixie's able to get into the backline, especially with the Tectonic Shock.
Yeah, the Tectonic Shock could be huge here, right? For Pixie, this their only ultimate on the board, and well, it's going to find Candy and really allow the rest of Simp Nation to find picks necessary, or at least build upon that ultimate and take the remaining members down. 70%, 30% to go for Simp Nation between that and victory.
Yeah, but with this Lucio, they should be able to get a good touch going. But actually, the entirety of Simp Nation now going to be on this high ground, ready to drop down on them at a moment's notice. And it seems like the Ana's going to be found out.
Yeah, and Candy having Nano Boost is huge. No longer there. They have to get onto this point, though, because, well, if they don't, they lose the point, and they don't really want to toil with that possibility as Catfish King goes away after they grip him, take him down with a melee kill. Now with the Tree of Life coming through, this is looking very good for Simp Nation. The DPS are no longer there. The Deadeye comes through, and that is that. The point goes the way of Simp Nation, and so does the series in a 3-0 fashion.
Simp Nation not wanting a repeat of the midseason madness, they decide to just come in and take care of business here. Mythos Hydra, they tried their best. They tried to stand up to the might, but unfortunately, they was just better on the day right now. Simp Nation firing on all cylinders, especially with that Venture in tow, combining it with that absolutely amazing aim you saw there. I mean, there's nothing else to really say. Simp Nation, they got that win in a very clean and very nice fashion.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you'd have to think Simp Nation is the team to beat right now. Obviously coming in number 1 in the tournament for the end of season playoffs. Obviously, showing why here and looking to not repeat the disastrous mid-season tournament. So I mean, they're looking good, obviously. If they didn't, they wouldn't have won 3-0. Mythos Hydra, however, is going to be dropping down to the lower bracket. They still have an opportunity to come back into this, though.
Yeah, of course, that's why the lower bracket's there, right? And Mythos Hydra, they were getting better as the series went on. Some adaptations were nice, but it just felt like they got a little bit outpaced here. But take that back to the drawing board. You have another chance with that lower bracket, and you can learn some more to try to make that run. But, I mean, yeah, Simp Nation just has it on the day today.
I'm definitely excited to see how this Masters tier fully transpires. That is, however, going to be it for us today on the broadcast. This has been me, Joker's Ransom, her Mega Lass. Huge shout out to Head Rammer and Lottie, and there was someone else. I
think it's Mara.
Was it Mara? It was Mara. Huge shout out to them on the OBFs as well. Thank you all for watching, and wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day.